and I'm challenging y'all to pick one thing that you want to sell more of.
Me, 497 is our main offer right now. That's like the one thing that I would prefer to sell, if I'm being honest.
You know, for me, it's also 497. I don't know if that's a coincidence or what.
I was going to say 497.
You know, and I mean, I'll be fully transparent. We had to get over our own issues with launching a $497 product, but
What do you
that's a
mean?
story for a different time. Just internal things around, it being the same price as a lot of the plug and play type products. That became like the industry standard over the last few years. Everything is 497. It's kind of funny to watch how the market shifts, like from 2022 to, I don't know, 2024 ish. Almost everything was at a minimum $1,000, and then the MRR came around, and then it was 497 as the main. That's like the standard now, like
Yeah.
for most stuff. So we've never done anything that price point. So yeah, that it's exciting to have something a little bit different, obviously with the AI stuff, but
Yeah. Let's see. So I see a couple. So we still need a price point from Joe. Josh. Josh is about
497.
Okay. 1500. Another 497. Lucan, how about you? Keith, Lauren, Jim, Ian. What's y'all's price point of the thing that you want to sell more of?
Mine would be 500, being the 497, or something lower introductory with like a quick boost for the 500. So like
yeah.
200 or 300, and then a 500, and then 1,000, and then like a 1,500.
Okay.
The value ladder style.
Yeah.
Okay. 497. 497 is repeated quite often. Okay. Let's see. How about you, Lauren? People talking about group juice. Hendry, that's actually something that has come up here recently. Someone asked if we were still doing the lifetime for 1500, and then I'd mentioned, like, if they had someone that wanted to, they definitely could get it, and it might be cool to throw in the clarity compass with it.
Yeah, that's something we did talk. We haven't talked about it yet. Technically, the lifetime isn't anywhere on like the landing pages or the checkouts or anything like that. But Josh actually kind of sparked the idea, and I was talking to Flip with it. Could be a cool angle for like an end of year special. Would be like bundling the Clarity Compass and Group Juice as a lifetime deal for 1,500, and then it becomes like this bonus stack. Even though it's technically both, or even if they bought them both the same price, right? It's the same exact price as if they just bought them by themselves, essentially. Any Black Friday deals this year? We haven't talked about it, honestly. That could be potentially one.
Yeah.
Yeah, 497 in two payment plans or one purchase. There is options to finance. There is, as of right now, there is no like technical payment plans on it yet.
Yeah. Good question to bring up. Out of curiosity, who wants the clarity compass but doesn't have it yet because they can't seem to, what's the word I'm looking for here? They can't seem to be comfortable with paying $497 for it. Anybody that wants all 7 of our AI tools, the clarity compass, but hasn't pulled the trigger? How many of you here don't have it?
think almost everybody made money, is Keith and Lucan.
Yeah. Hendry. All right. Perfect. That's a perfect perfect thing. All right. Keith, another good we'll call it an objection, right? All right, I think a lot of people are tight with money right now. Right? Anybody else that doesn't have it but wants it, but they have an objection or a reason of why they haven't got it yet. I want to say Lucan. I knew Keith didn't, and I knew Hendry didn't. I think everybody else has it. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. Right. Well, I'm gonna tell you why it's an objection because you actually can afford it. You like you'll argue with me right now saying that you can't. Right. This is healthy too, by the way. Right. Like Santa Claus is looking me dead in my face saying, "Bro, I cannot afford it. I can't." Right. He says no argument.
Hey, Flip, can I chime in real quick?
No, you cannot. No. No. What you got, Joe? And then
No,
I
man,
see you got a question.
I just want to say I do have the custom Chat GTPs, and be honest with you, I'd never even used Chat GTP until I took a class that Nate offers the clone class. So I didn't even start with any kind of AI tools. May 1st was the first day I ever even got a pro account. And the great thing about these 7 tools, you guys are going to hear about it, but what I also like about it, a side effect is you learn about a lot about Chat GTP in general. So what I've done with that knowledge, I've actually created Kindle books with Chat GTP, and it can just evolve into so many different branches of your business. And if you're not even want to make money, you can save so much time with it. So hey, I, I swear by it, but that's just me. But just one point I wanted to bring up that you don't hear. And myself, since I made that AI clone, I've grown my Facebook and my following period so much just because I had such an issue with written posts. And now I'm putting out 10, 12 posts a day. And like that's a lot to the AI clone. So I love it, but I'm saying, that is a different aspect, and you can also do additional things with it.
Thank you. Yeah, Lucan, do we coach people on e-commerce? Not specifically like e-com drop shipping type businesses. Uh, not that they're not that's not what we specifically teach. Obviously, you could monetize that way if that's your goal. Um, our main forte is helping people build brands and audiences and communities of their own, and selling whatever they want, whether that's building a drop shipping brand or building a weight loss company. It doesn't matter. We prominently help people with marketing, content, sales. I don't really do anything with paid ads, paid media. Uh, Primarily do community as the main nurturing platform for business. But no, we don't personally do any like e-commerce as far as like physical products. We do TikTok shop and stuff like that in our own business for money, but not necessarily something we teach because we don't have the results to teach how to do that because that's not something we've actually done in our business. So,
Yeah,
to your
but
question,
what we actually teach between sales, branding, marketing, operations, it can be applied to all kinds of stuff. Like we've got some private clients that have been private clients for a while, where they actually run an e-com business and they do just a tickle over $1 million a year, right, in sales. So they've actually used some of the strategies. They've increased their monthly recurring income, launched a couple offers around what it is that they do, uh, and they've done really well. So like just like what we teach in general can be applicable across the board in many different industries, right? Let's see. So let's
that's
see.
all we're gonna have. We ready to dive in?
Yeah, Lucan. Okay, I was just making sure that was his question.
Dive in, bruh.
Yeah,
Thanks to my daughter, I keep saying, bro.
same, same. as he's getting ready to pull this up, um, I'll just throw this in there really quick. Sometimes it's really hard for us when we're dealing with a problem or not getting the result that we want, and we're not we're not willing to make an investment, and not just with money either, right? What I'm talking about is just doing something that's required in order to get a result that you want. So like one of the things that we've seen a lot is like, oh, I want the thing, but I can't afford it, right? Now, the financing's in there. Some people don't know exactly how that works, but there are payment plans. We've had folks get in without paying anything, like they got in for $0, come in and made sales within the first week of using the AI tools, and they paid zero to get access into it, right? And like we've seen folks get it as low as $36 a month, but that's not due until the end of the 30 days, right? So I just want to challenge all of you, like, look at the results you're not getting and think about what it is that you might be missing or what you're not willing to do, not just from, making an investment, but maybe just a decision, right? So just something to chew on as we jump into the training.
And I definitely know like investments are like probably one of the scariest parts of business, especially if finances are tight. But a reframe is like it's usually not the cost of the program that's hurting you. It's the cost of not knowing or all the time that you kind of wait. I remember I was chatting with somebody who like was in my inbox and we were chatting back and forth for probably like 18 months. And they were like mildly interested in some of our offers for a very long time. And I remember having a conversation with them and they were like, yeah, I just been getting ready and like, I'm not sure. I'm nervous around the investment and blah, 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 like all of these things. And, a hard conversation because I had to tell them, I was like, in the last 18 months, I've helped somebody build a 6-figure business simply because they made the decision to go all in and jump in and like start moving inside of their business. So it's usually not the cost of the program that is hurting you. It's the cost of not knowing what you need to do to actually start hitting your goals. Right. Which really starts to add up, especially the longer you wait. And I'm not turning this into a soapbox to be like, hurry up and buy or like buy my thing. It's just a reality of it. Um, but 100%, we do know investing can be scary. We've spent I've literally spent more than a college degree on online marketing and learning marketing. We paid one mentor $50,000 for coaching for a year of coaching. That year, our business did, I don't know, $490,000. So definitely good ROI on that investment. They helped us create an offer that turned into $1 million product, um, which has also helped students make millions of dollars, which is still weird to say. But it all started with, betting on myself realistically, you know, and another perspective shift is like the investment side of it is usually the easiest part, which I know sounds contradictory to what I just said. But a lot of people look at investments as the work, buying the program, buying the course, buying the thing as the actual work, and it's not. So this will kind of roll right into what we're going to be talking about in today's training too, because if you spend a lot of time convincing people to buy and you have to convince them to purchase, you're going to have to convince them to show up and do the actions and do the work and get results. Because buying this thing is generally usually the easiest part. Um,
Agreed. Agreed. All right, who's ready to dive in? Love it. Love it more.
all right. So most creators are struggling for sales because they miss this. Uh, this is a lesson that took me a really long time to understand. And we don't really do a lot of ideal avatar and niche exercises. But we wanted to cover this because this can be the difference between like, pulling someone's arm or, pulling teeth to get someone to buy your $10 product and having people like message you and being like, "Hey, saw you guys posted a video. Can you send me the offer for that $5,000 program you mentioned?" And then purchasing, right? This can be the difference between that, right? Like bending over backwards to get people to buy you products that aren't really paying you anything and making sales very easily. Okay. And this isn't we've thought about this a lot over the years. Over all the products we've sold, we've launched products thinking about this type of stuff. But this is something a lot of people are completely missing in their content, in their marketing. Um, so specifically with ideal avatars, your customer avatar, your ideal client, it's not a person, which I know for me this is an exercise I did. Right, I read a book when I first got into online business building space, and I had this picture on my wall. It was like my ideal avatar, and it was like a picture of this man and this woman, and then I had all these lists of characteristics under them. And it was this exercise I was told I needed to do because I needed to know who I was selling my products to.
Yeah.
The problem that really happened for me is I ended up trying to sell products to a fictitious character. It wasn't a real person. Nobody was going through a real problem. I was literally talking to nobody, right? So a reframe for how you look at your ideal avatar is it's a problem that someone's going through, not who they are. And this is like the blanket statement for most when they start their online business is, oh, I help people make money online. I help stay at home moms. Who's your ideal avatar? Stay at home moms who want to make money online. It's not deep enough and it's not sexy enough, especially in a market of everybody is doing that. So that's kind of what we're going to fix today and talk about on a deeper level for you guys today. How to like fix your messaging, fix who you're talking to, fix the problems, and identify the problems and the way to talk about your problems in your content. So that way sales become easy.
Yeah. And this is like so random, but I just got to point it out. So y'all see my man Alan, Mr. Webster, right there? All right. What's up, dude? Good to see you. Y'all know me as a bald guy, and y'all have only known me as a bald guy. But my hair used to look just like Alan's, if y'all can picture that. Like legit. I had the same swoops in the middle, parted, pretty much down the middle. That was how my hair used to be a long time ago. You're welcome.
Back in 1939. Hell yeah. So step number one, why sales feel hard. If selling your offer sales like pulling teeth, it's not necessarily your offer. It's because you're trying to sell to the wrong stage of problems. Creators make sales hard when they focus on people who don't know they have a problem, people who aren't yet moving, people who still need belief, not direction. Uh, and the secret to this is going to be picking the right problem or even repackaging the problem that you currently help people solve in a different way. Um, Pick a problem that happens when somebody's already trying but getting stuck. These people already believe in the goal. They're just frustrated because what they're doing isn't working. That's where easy sales live. Okay, so to give you guys a little bit of context on this, is you're going to end up fighting a lot of your clients and people you're selling your products to, or just in general, if you're very generic with what you help people do, or if you're having to convince people of the validity of your business model or the reality of your business model. Like this is a big one in the online business building space. I did this a lot. It was like trying to convince people that affiliate marketing wasn't a pyramid scheme or that online business wasn't an MLM or whatever this type of shit. Uh, and the thing I will tell you guys is even if you can get your content to a point where you are selling products from that content, you're going to hate your business. Uh, this is coming from somebody who has talked to a lot of the really big people in the space, some of the people that you guys follow in the online business building space, have 40 times the amount of followers as myself and Flip. And, they absolutely hate the customers they work with because they don't fix this. They don't fix their messaging or the actual problem that they are helping people fix. It's just if you hate your 9 to 5 and you want to make money online. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with anybody working a 9 to 5, or if you're a brand new beginner. We've all been there, but you can make your life a whole lot easier if you tweak your messaging a little bit.
Agree with that. Let's see. So like little message map right here, like looking at bad targeting versus the best targeting that you can do. That just gets smaller.
Yeah, I can see it.
It did. Like I've got 2015, but it's still small. So like something me and Nate both did, and this is like one of the reasons why, one, we can teach this. Two, we really think it would help. Know it would help almost. It's like Nate kind of mentioned it earlier, telling his story about the ideal client. We failed for 3 years, both of us. So 6 years of failure. We weren't really positioning ourselves or targeting the right people correctly, right? So like fitness example, I help people lose weight. All right, very very broad, okay? But we can make that better just by getting more specific. Right? I help people already working out lose the last 10 pounds they can't seem to drop. Right? So, the first one kind of applies to a lot of different people. And it's said that if you're trying to talk to everyone, you're talking to no one. But when we get more specific in it, it's calling out someone who's already doing something or already in a very specific stage, right? So like someone who's already working out, they're already, in a routine of doing exercise, right? Versus someone who's been, just talking about and they want to lose weight. So this person's already putting some work in, already gotten some results maybe, but they can't seem to figure out why they can't lose that last 10 pounds, right? Exactly. Get into their thoughts, meet them where they're at, right? And then a business example. I help people start an online business. Very, very broad, generic, kind of speaks to anyone who hasn't started, been thinking about it, like all the brand new beginners out there, which naturally, if you're someone who's targeting beginners in any industry, you're going to have the most resistance with that, right? We can simply change it just by adding a few words, more specificity. That's Jess's favorite word. I help people who've already bought programs or courses, but can't seem to get consistent sales, right? Two very specific things. So someone who's already made an investment, right? And they can't seem to get a, a specific or consistent result that they want. Relationships. I help women find love. Man, how many of those are out there? Probably a lot of men too, not to just pick on women. But we can get way more specific just by saying I help women who've done the healing work, attract emotionally available partners, right? Like attracting better fits, more likely to be compatible, right? We're just getting specific with all of it. On the affiliate side, same thing. Helping beginners start affiliate marketing, right? Versus I help affiliates already promoting products scale to 1K days, with better content and systems, or doing less work without posting more, who want to stop doing sales calls, right? Like you can see where all this will fit. And on the coaching side, I help coaches get clients. Man, that's everybody out there. Versus I help coaches already getting clients scale without calls or burnout, right? Another one could be I help coaches not need clients, right? Like there's so many different ways you can do that. And when you shift just the message from beginners who actually need belief or they need to be convinced or they need to be sold on the idea versus trying to sell and target people that are already doing things who who need just refinement, or maybe they need more leverage, or they have something specific that they just can't seem to fix. That's when your sales are going to become easier, right? Like we had two $500 sales come through. Me and Nate didn't even talk to them, didn't have to, right? All they saw was a post that led them to something else they needed to see around the offer, and they made a decision to buy without even talking to us, right? Because we took the time and the targeting and the positioning and made it very clear for who it was for, what it would help, like problem it would solve, and we made sure to have characteristics within that on how we post and do our marketing, so people knew that we were speaking to them, right? Because when you do this, you're not having to convince anymore. You're just clarifying, right? Bringing clarity. Hence the name, Clarity Compass, right? It's also going to be, a lot easier for you to help someone get results if they're already in motion, right? Like if, as an example, when if a car is rolling, right, it's going to be easier for that car to go faster, right? So like imagine a race, but the cars aren't side by side. You got one at the start line and you got one who's starting 100 yards back, right? And they're able to hit the accelerator, but they're going to leave at the same start time. But that car that's getting a 100-yard jump is already rolling when, the flag is dropped. Which one is going to be going faster and more likely to get to the finish line? The one who's already rolling, right? So what we're technically saying is, folks that are already moving or already in the realm of whatever industry you're in, like they're much higher on the awareness spectrum. They know what they need, they know what they're looking for, they know where their problem's at, they know what they want to do, and they know what they don't want to do, right? And then we come in and we say, hey, here's what you're doing. If you're a person that wants to, not have to do this in order to get X result, then we've got this thing, this strategy or this model to where you eliminate X, Y, and Z. You have more of A, B, and C, and you're doing less work the whole entire time. So the whole catalyst is like pick a problem that you can solve and target the people, talk about the symptoms, of the problem that these specific people have, right? Just the problem alone. If we've got a problem and we look at, symptoms or frustrations or issues caused by the problem, all we've got to do is speak that, talk about that, like what the problems and issues and frustrations, is causing. Like what situation does X problem and symptoms cause, and then we speak to that, right? Hopefully all that made sense.
Yeah, we were talking a lot about this yesterday on our coaching call with the AI accelerator clients and core peeps. And the reason we're talking about this is one, it's going to allow you to like become a little bit of a micro authority in your respective space, but you're also going to spend a lot less time convincing people not only to buy, but to like show up and do the work, because there's a lot of internal stuff and battles that people are going to go through. And this is specifically like in the online business building space, is helping somebody go from $0, never done anything online, to like $10,000 is going to be significantly harder than helping somebody go from, $10,000 to 100, or they've already bought 15 programs, but they're not getting any, traction. Helping them go from, overwhelmed to their first $1,000 is going to be significantly easier than helping somebody who's never done anything, doesn't even know what online business is. Because you're not only going to be teaching them strategy, you're going to be teaching them, self belief. You're going to be teaching them belief in the model, belief in the plan, belief in the process. Like there's a lot of other issues that will come into your business that are realistically even out of your control, right? So anytime we can combat that in our marketing, in our actual process, your life is going to become a lot easier. And I'll give you guys a real time example of us doing this. We did this with Group Juice, and a lot of people don't even realize this. This was when we launched Group Juice. it was an offer for 20 people, and it was $500 to hang out with us on this 5-day live event. And who it was for was, hey, if you have an affiliate offer that is $500 or more, and you want a simple way to make sales without posting in other people's groups, without doing sales calls, without adding friends every single day, we're going to show you the process we used to do 6 figures the year previously. Right. So it's taking a next level problem, exactly like this is talking about. It's talking about a problem that arises at step 2, 3, 4, or 5 in their business, because we're not having to convince them to believe in themselves enough to post content. We don't have to convince them to, that our business model isn't a scam, because they're already in the business. So anytime you guys can pick like your step 2 problem or issue that you're helping people solve, um, it's going to make your life a lot easier. It's going to make your content easier. It's going to make solving their problems a lot easier. It's going to make your client results a lot easier, which also means then you have more marketing material. You're going to get more actual customer wins and successes, and helping people break through, because you're not going to be spending all of your energy trying to convince people that it's the real business, right?
Yeah, I'm putting a couple things in the chat, which I'll just say the last one. Like when we figure out what our perfect customer, or our perfect client is absolutely sick of right now, we can usually figure that out by looking at what we got tired of, or what spot we hated to be in. Like, man, I've been trying to make my first sale, forever. Like I'm creating the content, I'm talking to people, but like nobody's buying. There's a very specific problem. How many, not saying that anyone's in this industry, but you know, ask yourself, just for example purposes, how many people do you think are out there that have bought one or multiple different courses or hired mentors that have either made $0 or not as much as they thought they would, right? Like literally a ton. So just within what I just said, there's, a dozen different problems you could target, like specifically, that would speak to those people with the problem that they're at, or issues they're running into, to where you can offer a solution to fix it. Right? Like, hey, as an example, uh, if you're at a point where you're posting 5 pieces of content a day and you're still not making sales, let me show you how to post 1 piece of content a day and start making consistent sales. There's an example of problem versus solution and want and desire, right? So there's a couple more here. When we pick that problem in motion, here's the layout. Pick a problem that only appears, maybe one time in someone's business, or their entrepreneurship. That's you know they're just sick of it, right? But they're already in motion, but they still can't fix the thing. Right? That's your level 10 problem. Examples: posting every day but not growing. Like if you're posting trying to grow your audience, your email list, your following, your group, whatever. I've got leads, but they're not converting. Like you get tons of leads, lots of inbounds, people are responding. You got comments, you're in the DMs with folks, maybe even you're doing sales calls, but nobody's buying what you're offering, right? I'm consistent, but my income isn't. Like you're doing all the things that you were told you're supposed to be doing, but your income is like either non-existent, or you make $5,000 this month and 0 the next, and maybe 10 grand after that, and then 2 grand the next. Like stuff's just all over the place, right? Or I've bought X courses, but have yet to make any sales or get any specific result based on what I bought the courses for. I have an offer that I truly believe in, but I'm spending way too much time. I'm spending too much time, doing the thing. All of these are, problems or issues or bottlenecks that are in people in motion. Okay. These are easier to fix because they're in motion, right? So they attract people that are already doing things. They're well aware, way more aware. So when you have that in your content, in your videos, in your emails, in your group posts, right, in your TikToks, wherever it is you're posting content, when you've got those elements in the content, the people that are already in motion, it's really going to speak to them way more than someone who's not even aware, right? Like, that's what we've got to really hit and go hard on, even if it drastically changes our vanity metrics, like your comments go down, or your views go down. Like, even if you're getting 300 views, that means you're getting 300 views from people that are paying attention to what you're saying, right?
The difference between having 300 views for from people that want a solution to the problem that they know they're having, and 300 views for, like, posting a picture of, your food, and then trying to sell them something, right? Like, it's night and day. Like, by nature, you're definitely throttling who it's for, but that's intentional. It's on purpose. Um, so how to do this even if you don't have big results, because I know this is a big thing. A lot of people, like, I can't help somebody because I don't have any monetary results. I don't have any. I haven't made any money yet. I haven't made $100,000 yet, so I can't help somebody do A, B, and C. Uh, and full transparency, we're not giving you guys this training to go out there and manufacture problems that you can help people solve that you haven't fixed yet. It's just like everybody in this room right now that's watching this training is not a brand new beginner. Uh, you have done things in business. You have, posted content. You've been in this game for longer than 15 minutes. So you can 100% start looking at next level problems. Next level doesn't have to be, going from $100,000 to $1 million. Next level problem can literally be like stuff that is still very basic and normal to you, but not normal to, like, somebody who's earlier in business. So shift from results to process. Talk about what you're learning and implementing. Here's what I changed in my content to attract people already doing this. As an example, this is how I help people who are struggling in their online business. Starting to remove targeting new business owners. As an example, you got to mute. Can you mute Flipper? The keyboard's so loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. I pulled an 8.
Yeah, my keyboard is crazy loud. So shifting from results to process. The other thing too is we talk about this quite a bit, where results, money results, screenshots, they can do a really good job at, like, views and attention. But I will tell you from my own experience is it actually will attract really bad clients. It does a good job at attracting everybody who's, like, enamored with the result, but not enamored with the work that's actually going to be required to get the result. Like, I think it was a funny meme that Tony posted the other day that was like, um, $1,000 days online, and then it was like, well, and then behind it, it's like all the work that's required to make $1,000 a day online. Nobody wants to do that, right? So screenshots can be great, but if you are doing screenshots, pair them with the action that is required. Okay. Number 2, anchor the problem, not position. Instead of claiming to be an expert, guide from experience. Right. You can also look at I'm testing new ways to fix XYZ problem. Here's what's working so far. Uh, Agitate the problem that they are going through, or something that you just fixed in your own business. I went from inconsistent content to doing this, and now this is starting to happen in my business. Like Joe mentioned at the beginning of this call. Like, I went from terrified of posting content to doing 300 plus pieces of content on Facebook a month. So
That's a lot.
what is a challenge or a hurdle? And, like, as an example, if you guys are helping people create content or helping people do things, then live and breathe what you're trying to teach. That's also another big disconnect in the market is people try to teach or sell people on strategies or models that they're not actively living inside of or doing themselves.
Yeah, a good. This will be something good for all of you, and I'll start with a statement. If you can't clearly articulate or communicate what problem you solve and how you solve it in one line, that's probably going to be a huge part of your problem. Right? So I'll challenge y'all right now if you care to do it. Give us one line in the chat that communicates what problem you solve and with what solution and what's the outcome. This is something really good to keep in mind. It'll also help with your marketing, help with your content, help with your conversations as well.
3, borrowed proof. This is another really big one that we talk about a lot. That gets slept on, especially if you guys are like an affiliate, you're promoting someone else's product. Use community results. Use case studies, examples, testimonials. Like for any of you guys that are promoting Group Juice as an example, we uploaded the affiliate doc. There is hundreds, not even an exaggeration. There is hundreds of screenshots, comments, testimonials. There's awards. There is literally a ton of marketing material that you guys can use, like of actual results that have came from using our process. So anytime you guys can use your community wins, your mentors' results, your peers' results, hey, I'm a part of a mastermind where so and so just did XYZ. You're not even claiming to have the results of them. Like full transparency, I did this with Flip. Before me and Flip started being business partners, he had a breakout month in a program that we were a part of. So then it was like, hey, you want to do an interview in my group because you just did a $20,000 a month. I'm not at $20,000 a month. Come hang out with me in my group. So the natural association from the audience is like, oh, well, if Nate can have Flip on here talking about how he did a $20,000 a month, he must be doing pretty well himself too. Right. So, like, level up by, association. Like, this is how you can start having results without even having results.
That's golden. Golden.
Yep, step 4. What is your step 4 problem? What is a challenge or a roadblock that you didn't have on day 1, but after a few months into business? This doesn't have to be in specifically business. Like, what is the problem that you really started to face, 3 months into your weight loss journey, or into whatever your respective niche or industry is, but what is the actual challenge that started happening as you played the game? Think about the immediate challenges you ran into after you bought something. This is something that a lot of people completely miss, is we try to fix the problems before purchase, or all of these things around convincing someone before they buy. But what is the challenges or the struggles that people are going through after they've bought the last thing? Even just shifting from this, I know business mentors in the space right now who literally just target people who've bought, the MRR products. That is their ideal avatars. If you bought, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 alphabet courses, right? I help you make sales using my unique process as an example. What is the challenge that somebody runs into after they've purchased? Because if they have the confidence or they have the actual conviction to purchase any product online, they're going to be an easier sale than, somebody who's absolutely terrified of buying anything. They think everything about online business is a scam or whatever. Like, you're going to be spending a ton of your energy like trying to convince them, which is very easy to do. I used to try to do it myself, but they are the worst types of clients that you would even want, if I'm being honest.
Without a doubt. As always, we've always got things that that people can grab to take the next step when they're ready, right? We do want to open up for any questions that you guys got, and we'll just tell y'all really quick if you want some of the quickest wins, right? And here's what I mean. Content gets easier. You basically clone yourself. You're able to be more productive, increase sales, grow your following, like stop being in the pit. Then we'll encourage y'all to check out the Clarity Compass, right? Like it's something that would absolutely help you. And we built it based on that, on all these things, which we'll go deeper on that in a second for those that want it. But if I had to sum this up of why me and Nate are so convicted on why people need it, there's a lot of noise in the marketplace. Most folks are still trying to tell you anything to get you to buy their thing, versus this will eliminate the noise and only give you the things that you as an individual need on a customized basis. It won't give you 3,000 hours of modules and course material to watch. Instead, it will pinpoint where you are, what you need, a plan to execute it, and it will only share the training or strategy or information that you need based on you, right, on a personal level. Okay. I saw your message just before the call, Stephen. So if you've obviously made your way into the group in the classroom section, there's two ways you can do this. Uh, you can go to the members, and you should see a place where you can invite people to the group. That would be your affiliate link. That's one way. And then if you've already got your first promoter account, the default link is an affiliate link to the free group. So those are the two ways. Any questions that have popped in your brain based on what we covered, or if you want to pick our brain for a few minutes? And Nate just dropped you a link to show you on the affiliate side.
There's two main ways.
Any questions about
affiliate product? Yeah. Any questions about today's specific training? Kind of talking about like, we more than happy to. I mean, there's this small group of you guys, so more than happy to brainstorm on some next level problems that you guys can identify in your business, or send you on your guys' merry way. Up to you.
Yeah. Better yet, what's a result that you want to get in the next 30 days? Okay. Right on, brother. Just give us a shout, Alan. You can hit us up in the school DMs when you got time. One of us will see that message. 100 members for the community. For sure. Yeah, if you got a dip, just shoot us a message on school DM. We can actually cover what we would do to get the first 100 members for your community.
Tony's blowing up.
Sweet, Tony. Putting content out. I got you. Yeah, not sure if you've seen it, Alan. I know you said you got a dip. There is a free resource in the group. There's also something for $9, which is all about getting your first 100, your first or next 100 members in your group. We'll pop that over to them. That's pretty dope, Tony. 200 in the next 30 days. I think you can easily do that, my friend. Doing that thing that scares you. Figured you'd giggle when I said that. Oh, good, Alan. I know you say you had to roll, man. I don't want to hold you up. There will be a replay. All I was saying was, we've got some stuff in the group as far as free resources, and we've got a $9 training that actually covers specifically how to get your first or next 100 members in your group. But glad to chat to you over in the DMs when you got more time, brother.
Should I watch your guys before Chantel? Been rolling. Yeah, we've been at it for a good while. As
Appreciate it, brother.
saying, right?
Yeah. That dad life ain't no joke. Yeah, we were both in SAA. Yep. I'm glad to say I was one of the top affiliates there for a while. Sure were. You've been following for a while, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, back when I still had, I was wet behind the ears, man. I didn't know nothing about nothing.
That's where I really started to have my success. And full transparency, it's because I got on a call with Jacob, and he basically like slapped me across the face and was like, "What are you doing? Like, you're extremely busy and doing all this stuff, and you're like doing way too much with minimal results." And then that was the year that I really started to have success because I basically burned everything down except for community. And then fast forward a year later, me and Flip got married, and here we are, almost. Fucking, that's crazy to think. 4 years. 4 years ago, we launched a product. 4 years ago, we launched Group Juice as a 5-day event that never in my life would I have imagined that it was going to do what it did. I thought we were just going to do a little 5-day live event and go on our merry way.
We're flattered, Alan. So it's a beautiful marriage name. Oh, man. Yeah. I just told Nate the other day, I was like, when Jacob told us that we had something based on what we were doing, I'll never forget it. He was like, "Yeah, I don't know if y'all seen that meme with Leonardo where he's like, that's it." That was exactly what Jacob on one of the inner circle calls. He was like, "Dude," he said, that's y'all's offer. And then he put some weight on me. He was like, "All right, I want you to create an offer. You got 72 hours." And I'm like, scared to death at this point. I'm like, "You want us to do what?" He kind of forced me and Nate to put together an offer based on what we were doing. And I was scared to death. I was like, "I'm not worthy. I'm not ready. I don't know what to do." Or I had all these thoughts just running through my head. But I have we did get the rough draft done in less than 72 hours. And we ended up making like 12 different, iterations to it. But we started sending it just off the rough draft. And we closed 20 spots, got paid 10 grand to teach a 5-day event. And it's grown to be what you guys see today.
Best believe we spent all 72 hours perfecting the offer.
Why do you guys do Google Docs and not PDFs? Couple reasons. Nate might have a different answer. Google Docs, we do a lot in Google. We got Google Workspace. Most people have Google. We have done PDFs a little bit, but it's just easy to quick create and get out, right? Like, we launched the AI accelerator. Nate hit me with an idea. We got the offer up and made a sale like super quick, just to validate it. Same thing with the Clarity Compass. I hit Nate with an idea. We rewrote the offer, got it out less than 24 hours. Made a sale.
Main thing for me is because you can edit them in real time. So, like as an example, if we send somebody a PDF, it's static, right? PDF is what it is, whatever it got exported as. Versus if we send you guys a Google document, that has our offer on it, and then we change it, it actually updates to everybody who has that Google Doc, right? So if we're doing like some type of headlines or we want to tweak the copy a bit, it updates for everybody who's ever had the document versus, hey, I want to let you know I changed this PDF, right? So then I have to resend them that versus it updates in real time. Uh, we will use PDFs if it's like, say, a lead magnet or a resource or something like that because they are a little bit harder to edit. People can still technically change whatever they want. But that's just kind of like one of the main intentions behind why with the Google Docs is
It's a good
they're
question.
very, very easy to edit on the fly. Especially with like a lot of the promos we've ran, there's usually some type of limited time or availability or something like that. And full transparency, we send offers, not like sending them to people, but we compress the amount of time that we go from idea to trying to sell. So sometimes our offers are rough. Sometimes they uh they could be polished better. That we could spend more time perfecting them. But we'll usually start, hey, if we go send this to 4 or 5 people, they start giving us objections. Let's go change this offer with all of their objections. Let's handle all of those objections inside of the offer. So that way it updates in real time. But like we're trying our best to go from, on a Friday or on a Saturday at 2 a.m. I'm like, hey, Flip, let's do this offer. And by Monday, we're literally sending the doc, right? Like, hey, do you guys want to check this out? Right. So like that's the biggest thing is allowing ourselves to move faster, get in motion extremely quick, and then changing it on the fly. Right. Like we do this a lot. We just did this a couple times with like Clarity Compass and AI Accelerator, going from a thought to like sending the offer doc to people in like the least amount of time as possible.
Yeah.
And then changing it on the back.
We got a whole little training doc. It's like 6 steps, idea to income, same day. It's like literally what we've done with all of our offers. Good question, though. I didn't mean to keep you, Alan. I know you said you got a roll, bro. Content? Dude, I'll tell you what. Content is like, especially with the specialist custom AI tools that we, basically put all of our knowledge investment results into. One of them, all of them will help, but one of them will like eliminate content being a struggle. One of our clients said on the call the other day, they was like, there's literally no excuse as to why someone says that they can't do content, right? Whether you want pictures, photos, video scripts, written, email, like it don't even matter. Like it's just like that's one of the main things that it fixes. Joe, he's still in here. He went from, creating nothing to doing over 300 pieces of content every month now.
Content's always the hardest part for a lot of people. So you're definitely not alone there.
Yeah. And our strategy for like, we've got a guy in here who does really well. Doesn't like to be on camera per se. So one of the ways to fix that, like if videoing or talking on camera isn't your thing when it comes to video, something simple anybody can do. And me and Nate both do it to this day, and we've helped a bunch of clients do it. Just to get yourself out there, to start building a habit, start taking random clips throughout the day. You probably got some random clips in your camera roll right now. All right. It could be, as an example, I have done videos like me feeding my chickens, like a little 5-10 second clip. And then I'll take, a business principle, strategy, or takeaway, or insight, whatever, tip, trick, blah, blah, blah. And I'll just put that as text on the screen. I don't speak anything. Sometimes I'm not even in the video, but I can still get my message across and increase views, still get my point across, grow my audience, get comments, point people to my group, etc. That's like a quick and dirty, easy way to start doing video without having to speak it or do talking head, because that's like a kryptonite for a lot of people. Yeah, do it, dude. Like for real.
Any way you guys can make it easy for yourself to show up, I think is the key. And that's going to look a little different for everybody in this room. Some people are, have very outgoing personalities that they give zero fucks about what people think or say. Some people don't necessarily want to be, the face of every piece of content. So we have to find our own unique style or marketing or content strategy that's easy for us.
Yeah.
Right, because it's at the end of the day, the one who wins in this online game is the one who can continuously show up when it's boring, but it's also easy for you to do. Right, like where it becomes such a habitual routine that it's just part of your process. It's just what you do.
Yeah, you don't even, like you said there, you don't want to be the face. So you could do like faceless content, still using random video clips with text on screen about, your expertise, what you help folks doing. And something that a lot of people still don't know, but you've been following long enough where it'd probably make a lot more sense and kind of be cool. When I first started doing video, which was 2020, I jumped on TikTok to support my wife because she wanted to do the TikTok thing. It scared me to death, because I wasn't a person that could speak well. I stuttered a lot. I couldn't come up with, a full sentence without saying or stuttering or just completely forgetting what I was trying to say. And it scared me to death to create a video that was a talking head. But now most people don't even know that. But the more I did it, I just kind of forced myself to get out there. Uh, folks tell me now, it's like, dude, you just have a Jamie Gardner. He was one of the ones who told me first. He was like, Flip. He's like, you've got a tonality that most people don't. And I didn't even know what tonality meant when he told me. I was like, thank you, but I don't know what that is. I had to Google it, But he was like, dude, just the way you speak, the way you get points across. He was like, this is what you're supposed to do. Like you've got that gift or that talent. And I don't believe that to this day. I didn't believe it then, but I still get up there and, do my talking and say my piece and let people judge me either way. Still have a fear too. Ask Nate.
100%. I don't think it ever goes away. Right, I think it just comes at different levels, different stages.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the best on camera. You'd think I would be the better, but I mean, even on this video, I've stumbled over my words a dozen times probably. I did in this last sentence, and I've posted thousands of pieces of content. Not exaggerating. I'm posting hundreds of posts a month, talking videos, and I still,
Yeah.
Whatever.
And to go back to your tagline earlier, where you were saying that, you help people become better versions of themselves. We've been talking about in our Bible study being forged in the fire. And I can be a true testament of that. The last 2 years with, my life getting really hard, starting with my surgeries, and that right there would hit with so many people in so many different situations when it comes to life in general. Biggest thing that people deal with, any kind of struggle, self-doubt, hard situations. A lot of people crumble and fold, and that becomes their escape or their excuse. Versus, my belief is that God allows these certain things to happen so that we do get forged and our endurance is built. And then we're able to, one, not only help ourselves become stronger, but then we become equipped to help other people get through those things or completely bypass it. So I love the line that you shared as far as what you do, man. I learned the same thing, Alan. The more God got a hold of me this year in February when we went to Vegas to get the Two Comma Club Award, and the way God got a hold of me was crazy. And the more I've read the Bible, the more I realize how many biblical principles that Nate and I followed without even trying to. Like there's so many things that you can get as far as wisdom goes in the book of Proverbs that we've applied to business. It's one of my buddies. He told me something I thought was really cool. He's like, you know what Bible stands for? I was like, nope, have not a clue. He said basic instructions before life ends. I was like, man, that's pretty dope. But a lot of good stuff in there as far as business principles, life principles, relationships, etc. It's been awesome. If anyone's feeling shy, don't. Got a question? Ask it. If not, we don't want to hold y'all up. Did y'all get anything good from the training? Good reminder, recap, refresher, something different to think about. Appreciate you, Tony. I know. I saw you snuck in there, Sherry. Probably selling stuff to someone in the store, right?
Where's my thing? Oh, wow. I didn't even realize I was unmuted. I just happened to look down. I was like, oops, good thing I was being quiet over here. Yeah. No, actually, I was dealing with all these updates on my computer, and I was dealing with chat and creating some new stuff. And by the way, I finally got into the third of the chats, and oh my God. That one is so totally amazing. The one after the nurture. What is it? The content thing or something? I hadn't made it to the other one yet. So anyway, I kept, just trying to play with each one. And then I got into that one yesterday, and so did Paul. That one is just amazing. And the way it puts things together, because you just click download. Anybody's not in it needs it. Oh my God. It is the best chat ever. I don't know what the next one's going to look like, but right now this one is, we have just created this whole series of stuff we call it Samhain, but it's Halloween coming up, and then going into for Yule, and just, that all does this. It's helping me create some more product things so that I have more things to sell. So, yay, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Tell y'all, this is flipping amazing. No meaning on a pun on his name. So anyway, it's just amazing.
Definitely a pun. Yeah, why not?
Well, I didn't mean it, but it came out that way. So anyway,
it worked.
But yeah, I don't know if you heard it or not because this camera's gone. So anyway, I just wanted y'all to know that it's great. I'm loving it, and it is just taking stuff to a whole new level. I can't wait to actually start playing with it and getting the content created for it. So anyway,
that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
You're so very welcome. Like I said, and I am, besides promoting my community, I've been promoting y'all's. Those are my two big things to promote. And in mine, you find good stuff, and in y'all's, you find good stuff. So anyway, I just thought I would share that because I barely left my desk yesterday, because once I decided to get into that one, it's just been like,
you got in that flow state.
Oh yeah. Well, chat has a way of keeping you there, because you ask for this, and then as well, would you also like for me to do this? Well, heck, that sounds great. Let's do that.
It's gonna be a genius model when they start doing like ads, because the retention is so high. Like, do you want me to also do this for you? Do you want me to, we just created this offer doc. Do you want me to create a content plan for it? Do you want me to help you do 4 or 5 different posts that you can promote this with? The retention is insane.
Yeah.
On AI.
that one yesterday, well, most of them do that anyway, but that one was giving me such great stuff and actually generating it as opposed to telling me it's going to generate it and doesn't. Uh, and that it was so great that it was like people that are addicted to games and stuff.
Yep.
You get in there and then next thing you know, hours are gone by, but at least I was creating something that's going to do something for me. I hope so. Yeah. But yeah, it's very addictive. Very addictive, especially when it's working.
Let me see. Any other? You guys got any other questions? Want to jam out on anything? Talk about whatever. Open books. I do think almost everybody here is already in. So go do some work like Sherry just mentioned. Go create an offer. Go map out a content plan. Go try to launch something this weekend. Go try to make a sale this weekend. Come up with an idea for an offer or a lead magnet, or literally get like the conversion catalyst to write you an offer doc covering one problem that you help people solve, and go try to find a customer this weekend.
Yeah, could do it. Right on, right on.
It helped me create some freebies to go along with present offers and the new offers it's helping me do. So yeah, it's like, I can't wait.
Freebies are good. Anytime you guys can solve like a prerequisite problem to your offer, it's going to make your sales really easy. You're gonna face a lot less resistance in sales. We've done it with like mini courses, documents. Anytime you guys can have something for your audience to chew on, it's beneficial.
Yeah. All right, then, you guys. We appreciate y'all.
I will get you guys the replay. I'll get it posted up in the group, and you guys have an awesome weekend.
Later, you guys.
Bye. Miss Jeanette coming in right when we're ending it.
Dang, Jeanette. Okay, bye.